Welcome to the channel. Today in the hot seat we've got Callum. Say hello, Callum.
Hello.
And we're going to do a mock test today. Callum's got his test tomorrow. He's driving pretty well. He's got a lot of experience on the road with motorbikes. So his test is tomorrow. So we're going to have a mock test and a practice today. And then we've got a bit more time after the mock to work on anything that comes up. So the mock test is going to last 35 to 40 minutes. Once I go into role as the examiner, I'm going to stay in role, so I won't be giving you any help or any feedback, which is a bit different to lessons. So, you know, pretty quiet. They might have a bit of a chat to you. They might not whilst you're on the drive on your test. So there'll be, it's recently changed, the driving tests. So it used to be you'd do 20 minutes of independent driving and then 20 minutes of be given directions, but now there could be a mix of sat nav and following the signs to somewhere with independent driving, but it's going to be throughout the test, and then at some points I might just be directing you as well. Okay, there'll be one reversing manoeuvre and maybe an emergency stop. 1 in 7 people gets an emergency stop, or they're supposed to. Now I'll be pulling you over several times to the side of the road, just checking you can move over and pull off safely with all the proper observations. You can get up to 15 driving faults, or minor faults as people call them, but you can't have anything serious or dangerous, okay, to be successful. Okay, have you got any questions before we start?
No.
Okay then, so let's go into roll. So first of all then, could you tell me how you check your brake lights are working?
I check my brake lights are working by having someone stand outside and tapping them to see if they turn on.
Okay, thank you. Right then, let's start the engine. Let's head out to the left.
Okay.
I'd like to follow the sat nav for a while.
Turn left at the traffic light, then enter the roundabout.
The windscreen awash. Okay, let's leave that.
At the roundabout, take the first exit to Langen.
I'll still be frozen.
At the roundabout, take the 4th exit to A40. Roundabout, take the 2nd exit. At the roundabout, take the 2nd exit to A484.
So Callum started really well, good control, all his observations were in place and he's staying within the speed limits.
At the roundabout, take the third exit to A484. Roundabout, take the second exit.
Lovely sunny day in Wales today, for a change.
At the roundabout, take the second exit to A484.
Now here, on the roundabout, Callum's come a long way over to the left. There are 2 lanes approaching the roundabout, so you need to treat the roundabout as 2 lanes as well, even though there's no road markings. But he doesn't need to come so far over to the left. I thought he was going to turn left. If I'm thinking it, other drivers will be thinking it.
Continue on A484.
Satnav's going to go off now. I'm going to direct you for a while.
Okay.
Let's take the first turning on the left. It's just after the 20 miles per hour sign.
Okay.
The end of the road, let's turn left.
Okay.
Great control there on that really tight blind corner. Callum's used to being very careful riding on his bike. let's turn right. This is another very blind junction. I open the window so we can hear what's coming from the left because it's very difficult to see. This is a really good thing to do. Use more than just your eyes. So just keep following the road ahead for now, and if I want you to turn anywhere, I'll tell you within plenty of time.
Okay.
Here Callum goes up into third gear into the 30 limit, but the car runs away too quickly down the hill and he gets up to 35 miles per hour. He notices quite quickly and slows the car back down, so that's another driving fault. Be careful when using cruise control like Callum is, because it will maintain your speed, but if you're going downhill the car won't hang back at the speed limit using the cruise control. It can run away and create speeding. And now I'd like you to follow the road signs for Carmarthen, please, Callum. Approaching the roundabout here, we're heading for Carmarthen. It's the second exit and the sign shows that it's about a 1 o'clock position on the roundabout. Reese signals to the right briefly, then realises and cancels, but that would be a driving fault. Even though the second exit is slightly to the right, we're still following the road ahead, staying on the same route, so we shouldn't be signalling to the right. Leaving the roundabout here, Callum doesn't check his left mirror to leave. He checks it after he's left the roundabout. That's another driving fault. And then we're going to follow the road signs for the A40 North Llandilo.
Okay.
Just keep following the A40 Llandilo. road signs for Abergwyll. reverse left just here. We're going to head straight down. Okay, let's just stop here for a moment. That's fine there. Okay, and I'd like you to drive forwards into any one of the parking bays you like.
Okay.
Carry on when you're ready. Have you finished?
Yep.
Okay, let's secure the car. Won't be a minute.
I think it's the best parking job, but I think it's in.
Okay, let's reverse out to the left.
Okay. So facing the left once we finish.
We want to reverse out
After.
back of the car to the left, please.
Yep. Ah, there you go.
Okay, then we'll head all the way down to the end and we'll turn left.
Okay. So left.
I'm going to go all the way down to the end there.
Okay.
And then turn left.
Yeah.
In a safe place on the left.
Okay.
And move off again when you're ready. everyone slows down late from the 30 into the 20 zone here. He does get his speed down, but he should be down to 20 by the time he enters the 20 limit. Pull over on the left, anywhere here. Move off when you're ready. Follow the road ahead at the roundabout. It's the first exit. Okay. At the roundabout, let's take the first exit.
Okay.
Roundabout, let's take the first exit again. And take the first turning on the left. then we're going to turn left into one of the bays, just in this gap here. Secure the car. Don't worry about the lines now. Let's secure the car.
Okay.
Stop there, that's fine. Let's secure the car. That's it. We'll turn everything off. Okay. So, how do you feel that went?
I think I passed.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. There was nothing serious. Marked down a few faults, but there was nothing serious. I tend to mark everything down. You know, there might be things that the examiner doesn't mark down, but I try to be quite strict on it, so
yeah,
I'd rather a little bit easier.
I'd rather fail the mock test than the real one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So well done. It was a good drive. So I've marked down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 driving faults. Okay. So there's a couple of notes I've made as well. So first fault, position on one of the roundabouts. So you're tending to, if you're going straight ahead, your left position is exaggerated. So sometimes we're sort of in, you know, we're almost into the gravel at the edge of the left-hand lane.
Okay.
So at the one roundabout, we'd gone past the big Pensarn roundabout and we were turn right third exit, come to the next roundabout and we were going second exit. So I mean, you turned so far to the left that I thought you were going to turn left. And if I'm thinking it, other people are going to be thinking it, or other road users. So I'd use the rule as long as there's enough room on your, if there's 2 lanes as you approach, as long as you leave enough room for a car on your right hand side, that's plenty.
Yeah.
It did happen on this roundabout just up here as well when we were heading for Llandilo. We're swinging right the way round.
Okay.
Somebody might think you're leaving, so I'd just keep yourself a bit more to the right there.
Okay. I thought it was like if you even if there aren't any markings on the roundabout, if it's a large enough roundabout, there's sort of an assumption that there's one lane and then there's the inner lane.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
And so with those, I think I was just trying to stay in the outer lane. Yeah,
I can see what you were doing, and I can, and you're right to some extent, but you're exaggerating more than you need to. Okay. Yeah, so as long as there's enough room for a car on our right, we're fine. We don't need to be any further away, but we'll have a little work on that so I can show you what I mean after the interval. There was one speed where we were coming down the hill. We went into the 30 and then we were coming down the hill. We went up to 35. You did spot it quickly and you slowed back down, so it was just a driving fault. So yeah, just be careful there, because the car's going to want to go faster downhill. It's going to run away. It's quite a heavy car as well, BMW, so probably just keep off the gas there, keep your eye on that. Okay. As we were coming back into Carmarthen, we took the second exit. It was sort of at 1 o'clock. You put your signal on briefly and you cancelled it. Do you remember?
Coming into Carmarthen off a roundabout?
Yeah, so we were coming back into Carmarthen. There was a roundabout. We were following the signs to Carmarthen. And it's, it was at the 1 o'clock. So you got your position. You signal briefly and then you seem to realise and cancel it. Right, so it was just a driving fault. So that's fine.
Because it wasn't that it was still technically the middle, but there were so many exits on it that it was the third exit, which sounds like a right.
No, it was the second exit. Oh, yeah, it was the second exit, but it was at that sort of 1 o'clock position. There was one point where you missed your mirrors before you signalled, and there was a speed change. So as you're coming in from a 30 to a 20, we're tending to leave it quite late and then brake in quite hard.
Okay.
And then because we've braked hard, the one point we're coming through Abergwili, you went right down to 10 miles per hour. So it just marks as a driving fault. How could you do that differently?
Start coasting earlier and then drop down and let the engine pull.
Okay, well, I can see what you mean, but coasting would be driving with the clutch down. But you mean sort of coming off the gas?
Yeah,
that's it. Come off the gas. I mean, if you're using the cruise control, if that's dragging you along, that might be an issue. Maybe just switch that off a little bit earlier, so it slows down by itself, and then you can just drop it into second. So that was the faults. At the end of the road here, as we left that sharp turn there, I mean, you got round it okay, and there was no faults, but we did do it in second gear. I'd go for first there, but it wasn't marked as a fault. I just wanted to mention it, really.
Yeah.
And your mirror checks, it's sort of it's the minimum. It's when you're going to do something, you're going to change lanes, or, you know, signalling for a roundabout, you're checking the mirrors. But all the way down the dual carriageway, you're not really looking. So I'd be thinking, let's look in those more often. I don't think it would be marked as a driving fault, because you're just, you know, you're going down the straight there. But it's really going to be better to know what's around you more. So I'd be checking those mirrors, you know, every 10 seconds, even if you're just driving in a straight line. Check what's around. What else did we have? Any other notes? Far left, see the first gear. Oh yeah, and your parking position. I mean, we did scrub the curb once, but it was only a gentle scrub. We didn't hit it hard or anything, so I didn't mark it down as a fault. But yeah, you know, you're getting so close, and then getting closer and closer and closer. I mean, if you're that far away from the curb, that's going to be great. You're not in danger of hitting it, and you're not going to be blocking anyone coming past. So, you know, just leave yourself a bit more space when you pull over to the left. But very good, well done. How did you feel whilst you were...
Yeah, good. I mean, it was a lot of, I don't know, I think there was that daunting, because I've heard so many, like, little things about people failing a test as they're leaving. So I think the main thing was just trying to not get any majors immediately.
Right at the beginning. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, when you're coming back in here as well, I'd stop it whilst you can still see the barrier there.
I can.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we can still see it, but you're creeping forwards there. You know, the last thing you want them doing is touching the brake as you're coming back into here, because that would be a horrible way to throw it away. Okay, and when you're checking your mirrors for if you're in the line, you don't really need to adjust that mirror, because we've got these little round blind spot mirrors, and if you look in there, you can see you can see the line anyway, so you don't really need to adjust the mirror to check, or even open the door, because you can see it in the mirror there.
Yeah, well, I knew that I wasn't allowed to open the door, because that's, I think, isn't that like the end of the...
Well, usually if you're finished, I mean, I have seen examiners let people open the door and then correct it, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. But, you know, you can adjust the mirror and check if you want, but there's no point. You can see it in the little mirror there, so you know, I'd leave your mirrors where they are. Okay, again, you know, if you were checking it with that mirror, it wouldn't be a fault. You're using the tools that you've got for the end result. Okay, so good, well done. Just need to do that again tomorrow.